Larry Nassar, the former team doctor for USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University, was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison for sexually assaulting women and girls whom he was supposed to treat. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Shira Lazar. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more social media news daily. For 7 days, the judge at Nassar's sentencing allowed victims to read statements about how Nassar had affected their lives.
I have never wanted to hate someone in my life, but my hate towards you was uncontrollable. Larry Nassar, I hate you. I will work on forgiving you, as I know that is what God wants.
Over 150 women and girls testified over the week, including two-time Olympian Aly Raisman.
Larry, you do realize now that we, this group of women you so heartlessly abused over such a long period of time, are now a force, and you are nothing.
Kyle Stevens testified that she had been coming for Nassar for a long time and relished injustice finally being served.
Perhaps you have figured it out by now, but little girls don't stay little forever. They grow into strong women that return to destroy your world.
Stevens' testimony was particularly important as her reports to police and child protective services finally led to Nassar's arrest. Until last week, she was known only as Victim ZA. Nassar pled guilty to the crimes in November, and he's already serving a 60-year prison sentence for federal child pornography charges. Though there was never any chance of Nassar being released in his lifetime, the sentencing hearing was more for his survivors to address him personally and hopefully get some sort of closure. Nassar had previously written a letter to the court about how difficult it was for him to hear victim testimony, and a gif of Judge Rosemary Aquilina tossing it away is making her a social media star. At Golden Gate Blonde tweets, "I don't think I've ever seen a galley burst into applause at the end of a sentencing before." Judge Aquilina gave Larry Nassar the public gutting he deserved, and everyone knew it. Before he was sentenced, Nassar read a brief statement. It read in part, "There are no words that can describe the depth and breadth of how sorry I am for what has occurred. An acceptable apology to all of you is impossible to write and convey. I will carry your words with me for the rest of my days." And the judge pulled no punches in her condemnation of Nassar as well.
I'm giving you 175 years, which is 2,100 months. I've just signed your death warrant.
So while he was in prison already, I am so proud of all these women for having the courage to finally speak out, and it is so unfortunate that it took so long. And reaction to the sentence has of course been overwhelming. Former vice presidential candidate Tim Kaines tweeted, "It should never take 150 voices for us to hear the truth. Larry Nassar's actions are those of a monster. I am in awe of the courage of the women who testified against him. When women speak up about sexual abuse, we need to listen." The Detroit Free Press tweeted out the name of every victim who came forward individually. Oh no, she twin tweets, "Judge Aquilina sentenced Larry Nassar to 175 years in prison, saying, 'I just signed your death warrant.' And the only thing that could have made it better is if she had literally dropped a mic on his." And the judge told reporters, "Please media, do not contact me, it's their story." Even though Nassar is obviously not employed by USA Gymnastics, he is going to cause them problems for a long time to come. AT&T has decided to pull its sponsorship. They joined Under Armour, Hershey's, Procter & Gamble, and Kellogg's as brands that either pulled their sponsorship or declined to renew a deal. An op-ed in the New York Times argues that the organization still values medals over the well-being of its athletes. USA Gymnastics also released a statement saying that it has a commitment to creating a culture that values and supports its athletes. For a profession and an organization that has been around so long, this is definitely a turning point and will hopefully change how they put their athletes first, their well-being, and they don't turn a blind eye in the future when something like this comes up. And hopefully something like this gives power to the next generation of women and girls that they deserve to speak up and be heard, no matter what. And now we get to move on and appreciate all these incredible female athletes for their accomplishments and not this incident. So what do you think about Nassar's sentencing, and is this a turning point for female athletes? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more of What's Trending.